You right, guys? Welcome to Performance Racing League Division 1 Canadian Grand Prix. I'm your host, Getska010, and hopefully this will be a very good race. As we'll have the people putting their setups on, ready for today's qualifying. We had a little jig up of leagues. We're back down to 3, and we have a full 20 Division 1 for the first time in a while. You right, Fuse? Nice to see you in the chat. Ando, here, back in funky again. I'm all good, mate. How are you doing? And who's the first person? Oh, me. Jar Bills. On soft tire. Had a few practices with him this week, and he seems very fast. See what time he. Kind of expect him to definitely be into Q3. Yeah. Always here when Funky's racing, ain't you, mate? Yeah, I'm always all good. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, I definitely back Billy to definitely be up there towards the top of Q3. In Q3. And maybe even push to win this race. Me personally, I say it's between Reese, Billy, and Hosty. Oh yeah, you got the PS4 race Tuesday, haven't you? Is it Bahrain? No. You already had Bahrain? Oh, it's China, yeah. Round 3. Don't particularly like China myself, so good luck, mate. Wet race. Ooh, this could be interesting. As Billy's invalidated, unfortunately. Right along with practice, he's the next person on track. Does it start wet? Does anybody know? Or does it get wet later on? Because if it starts wet, then strategies could be completely different in Q2. As Rex is coming down the back straight to see whether he invalidates going into the Wall of Champions. I can see there being a lot of penalties there today. No, he's all good, and he crosses the line with a 109.6. And Reese crosses with 109.4. Yep. As Perry sets a 1:10 dead. Perhaps he's on the mediums. Okay. Yellow's in sector 2. That's probably just somebody creating some space. As Dan Watson sets a 117.4. Lapped off on that lap. As Ego Sparks is invalidated. Mace Candy's invalidated. Follow along with Mike, see what he can put in. And he sets a 110.3 on the softs. Right along with Monkey's invalidated. On follow along with he goes into a hairpin there. Not a bad exit, doesn't seem like. Nunny RS. Maybe it was a bad lap. Yeah, he comes into the pits. Got Little John who's invalidated. Follow along with Hosty. See what Hosty can do. Yeah, if anybody in the chat can let me know, does it start on wets or does it get wet later on? See whether Hosty invalidates into the Wall of Champions. No. Opens DRS and he sets a 109.7, that puts him P3 currently. Okay. Little John go back round. Yes, he has. Follow along with Little John. 19.7. Prix goes even faster with a 108.6. That's 2/10 off his time trial time. I think Little John... I know John runs... Oh, he's just invalidated into the Wall of Champions. That's really unlucky. I'm sure he'll get some more fuel, maybe some fresher softs and come back out. This is... I think it might be his first time out in Div 1. We've got Funky Monkey and Wyborn out on the outlap. In and out on an outlap. Further along the time. Fuse, we'll run along with Fuse. Turn down game volume or chat up. I'll have a look. I've been having problems with my mic. So could just be one of them. I'm pretty much having to eat my mic currently. Sorry if it is a bit quiet. As Fuse crosses the line and goes P4 with a 109.7. Can't remember who was first out of Wyborn or Funky Monkey. Funky, who's just gone through the Wall of Champions, and he will set a 109.8. That puts him P6. Drop back down to Wyborn, see what he can put in. And I've only just noticed that Skillion is out on the hard compound of tyre. Wyborn sets a 110.1. Drop it down to Little John quickly, who was just gone P13 with a 110.4. Didn't get there in time. Jay Loadman's out, who I did actually forget to mention, because Jay Loadman is very quick, and Reese's nearest title contender. I'm glad it's better. It's just don't currently have the money for a better mic due to what's going on currently in the world As Jay Ledman makes it around the chicane quite nicely. As Skillian sets a 110.8 on the hard compounder tyre. That's not too bad. Not for the hards. That's interesting. As Jade Ledman makes it around the wall of champions, opens up DRS. What will that bit him? Okay, if it wants to load. Was he on an outlap then? Okay. It didn't say he invalidated, and it didn't say it was on an outlap. Cody's just buggy, as per usual. We're along with Maka as he sets a 109.8. That puts him P7. And I've just got confirmation that that the race will start dry. It'll go to inters about halfway through, and towards the end of the race, it's going to be a monsoon. You alright, Posglad? Ah, okay. Cheers, mate. And Jay Lerman is back in the pits. Fuse is retired from the session. Feels safe on that time, and don't blame him. Carlos Wolf is out. We'll see what time he can set. Goes to the wall of champions quite well. Cuts up a bit, picks up a bit of grass there though. That might knock a couple of tenths. As he sets to 110.1, goes P13. Currently, the only two drivers not to set a time currently is Jay Lerdman and Vendetta. There's yellows in sector 1. I'm guessing that's just somebody letting off a bit. Yeah, I agree, Daniel. I think it is going to be a good race, especially in full wet weather round here, because Wall of Champions is deadly in the dry as it is, as I've seen from practice this week. Although one of the Williams is slow. Is that Jar Jar? As my controller doesn't want to work. It is Jar Jar. Yeah, he ran out of fuel. But yeah, full wets around here is going to be quite dangerous, especially into Wall of Champions. All you got to do is pick up a little bit of that curb, and you're round and smashed into the wall. Yes, Joag, it's a wet race. It starts off dry. About halfway through, it goes to intermediate weather, and then towards the end, it's full monsoon. So that's going to be very interesting. As Jade will follow along with Vendetta, who will be setting his first lap, actually. As Vendetta makes it quite well through the Wall of Champions. And sets a 110.7. That keeps him in the drop zone currently, as Jay Ledman started his flying lap. I'm expecting good things from Jay Ledman today. Oh, hi, Revjor. Sorry, I didn't know what your Twitch name was, mate. Yeah, nice to see you here, pal. Puzzle, I didn't see your message about the career mode. you're part of that title decider and you win it, mate. Quite nice to do there. Open up the DRS. Oh, he's D-rated, so he's going to lose a bit of time. He goes P3 with a 109.4. Reckon if he had saved DRS a little bit better through that lap, he might have even gone pole. Well, I don't know whether he runs auto ERS and manual, so that could be, it could be down to that. I think the whole weekend here could be quite interesting, especially if there's rain. As it stands currently, we've got Mike, Carlos Wolf, who's still in the pits, Little John, who's on an outlap, Dan Watson and Vendetta all in the drop zone. And with only 2 minutes left of the session, they need to make some faster times up. Oh, you against Max Verstappen. That's going to be a good race there, mate. Enjoy. As Jay Lederman comes into the pits. And Mike's retired. I think he's done that in the pits. I don't think he feels like he's fast enough to get through. So that's our first... Dan Watson's retired. Reese is also retired, which is understandable. I think Vendetta has left it too late to go back out. So that'll be Vendetta out. We'll follow along with Little John, see if he can make it out. He is on his flying lap. Bit squirmish in Wall of Champions. Will he make it through? And he sets a 110 dead, which only just puts him onto the cusp of being knocked back down, because we'll have to see what Carlos Wolf does, but it drops Ego Sparks into the drop zone, which means that Ego Sparks is now out, along with Carlos Wolf. See what he can set. Will he put Little John back into the drop zone? MD Skillian says he did his lap with a wet setup. And to be P4, that isn't too bad, mate. As Carlos Wolf makes it round the hairpin. Opens DRS. Surely he should increase his ERS here. As Perry's retired. I'd have bumped that up then. And he doesn't go faster. So that is the end of Q1, guys. In P20 we will have Vendetta. P19 Dan Watson. P18 Carlos Wolf. P17 Mike V Legend. And P16 is Ego Sparks. That's a shame for the likes of Dan Watson, who would probably prefer to be starting further up the grid. Reese is still looking very quick here. So, see whether people will start on the mediums and see if they can get all the way through until the intermediate period on them. That's what I'd try and do anyway. Start on the medium, try and push them as far as possible. Then when the rain comes, switch over to the inters. Or pull a blinding strat like Hosty did on Wednesday. If there's a safety car out when it starts raining, maybe pit onto the wets and try and cope. Wouldn't be what I'd do personally, but maybe Hosty will. Right, fitted tyre. Oh, it's raining in Q2. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Everybody will have a free choice of tyre. Either way. Didn't realise it was raining in Q2. I thought I did see a few spots at the end of Q1, but I thought I was just being an idiot. And first person out is a Williams. Is it Raptor or is it Jar Jar Bills? It's Jar Jar Bills. We'll follow along with him, seeing as he's the first guy out on track again. That's a brilliant camera angle, Cody. Yep, where's the car at? Thank you. See whether everybody actually makes it through into Q3 anyway. Could be a few people that do DNF into the Wall of Champions during Q2. I wouldn't be too shocked if it was to happen. And now we've got Billy starting his flying lap. Only one person isn't out on track at the moment, and that's, I'm presuming it's Maka. Presuming that's how you actually say the name. Not 100% sure. As there's yellows in Sector 3, that is a Red Bull of Funky Monkey. Has he got damage? He does, he's missing his front right end plate. Right back on with Billy. Makes around the chicane nice and slow. Unfortunately, no DRS. Yeah, it's Maka. Alright, cheers, mate. Yeah, it is a busy track. Everybody does seem to be quite bunched up. And I believe that's a Force India racing point. Is that Little John? No, I don't even know at this point. Some of them look really bad. As Billy set a 1:19.4, Hosty set a 1:19.3, and reset a 1:18.7. I'm not 100% sure what the fastest sort of time would be round here on Inters. Don't really like the wets myself. As Mace sets a 1:20.9, Legion sets a 1:20.4, Twisted sets a 1:20.1. Not sure who's next. It's Skillian with a 1:19.5 as Raptor goes into the wall. As Whiteborn sets a 1:20.3. That's a Merc, which will be J Loadman, which sets a 1:20.2. Maybe he's not too strong in the wet. Little John setting a 1:19.6. And Fuse and Perry, who have both invalidated. So yeah, from the first laps, we have 3 invalidations, and Maka's still in the pits, and Funky Monkey still had to box without damage. As he's coming back out now. It doesn't seem to be... Is it wet for the rest of qualifying now? Does anybody know? Well, if Fuse and Perry did go back out, sorry, I was just reading chat. As Fuse is just ahead. In probably one of the worst looking cars on the grid, which is the Haas. Here we go. Into the Wall of Champions. What will Fuse set? He sets a 120.4. That does put him in the top 10. As Perry is invalidated again. Follow along with Fuse. As he sets his first lap time. As Raptor does say, yeah, we rest for the rest of qualifying. That's going to be interesting. As Fuse is retired. I think he's binned it in the wall. Not 100% sure there, though. As Funky's invalidated as well. This isn't going too well. Well, I think Macca's going to have to try and come out soon. Might be waiting until the track isn't quite as busy. As Raptor's on an outlap, we'll follow along with him, or is Funky... My controller's messing up. Okay. Yellow's in sector 3, that is a Williams. And it's Raptor getting some space between him and Funky. Yep. Before Raptor drops the hammer. As Mesa's going for another lap. Follow along with Mesa, as he's the lead car in this track. In this pack, sorry. As he invalidates, we'll drop to Raptor. Well, I think Funky's overtaking him. No, not quite. As Funky's invalidated again. Macca, the track's not too busy at the moment, mate. I think you should come out soon. 5.5 minutes left. As Perry comes out for an outlap. As Raptor apparently sets the fastest sector too. I got somebody from Argentina in the stream. Hello, mate. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Raptor goes into the World Champions. Quite nicely there. What time will he set? It's going to be a 120 dead. That puts him P7. Maka still hasn't came out. Funky's been very unlucky here due to the wet conditions. A lot of invalidations. As Perry's invalidated this lap. Mace is also invalidated. Raptor's probably on an in lap. Jay Lodeman's going to try and go quicker. We'll follow along with him, see if he can improve. Although he's up by 4 seconds. So that'll be a no. Little John's in the pits. Follow along with Reese. See if he can improve on his time. But he won't, he just comes into the pits. See what Billy's doing. How'd you get into the F1 League? You look up PRF1 on Facebook. And so one of the admins will get back to you, mate. Sunday says hopefully another PS4 guy. Yeah, it would be nice to have some more. As Jojo Bills has lost it. Jojo's retired. As Mac is finally on an outlap. As Perry's still invalidated. I'm not sure how many PS4 guys there actually is, Ando, in all honesty. Obviously... Oh, there we go. Cheers, Dan, for putting that in the chat. I'm presuming it's Dan anyway. Greza sent your tone trials yesterday. Not too sure, mate. Hopefully get back to you soon. Who did you send them to? Was it Daniel? We've got 3 people who are cutting it very close to set their first time, with Maka, Funky Monkey and Perry. Funky Monkey and Perry having a lot of invalidations, and Maka just waiting until the end to come out. Hopefully relying on track evolution. Just really hope he doesn't invalidate, as there's yellows in Sector 1, I believe that's a Red Bull. I think that might have been Mace. Since then, he's been quite busy with work recently, mate. I'm sure he'll get back to you as soon as he can. Was it for Xbox or PS4? as Maka sets a 119.8. That puts him P7. That drops Fuse into the drop zone. See what time Mace can do. See if he can actually get out. Does. That puts him P7. That drops Raptor. Perry's invalidated again. Legion could knock out Jay Loadman. Jay Loadman is currently out in Q3. He's out. He's invalidated. Jay Loadman, who is P2 in the championship, has been knocked out in Q2 at the Canadian Grand Prix. That's going to be very interesting for Jay Loadman. I say interesting, that's going to be quite bad for him. As he lets Wyborn through, will Wyborn go quicker? Have one of the Mercedes up there. Not sure. He sets a 119.4, which puts him P5 into the top 10. That is not a sight I thought I would see. Is Jay Loadman being knocked out in Q2? That's such a shame. So in P15, sorry, we'll have Funky Monkey starting. P14 will have Perry. P13 will have Fuse Demon, unfortunately crashed out. P12 will have Legion Standard. And P11, the shock, is Jay Loadman. I'm very surprised at that. As we go through to Q3, but apparently in the group chat that we have, Jeff was lying to them because he said that it would be light rain towards the end and hopefully going onto drier tyres, but didn't go to plan. As Jay Loadman puts into our group chat that the last time he started 11th, he won. That could see if history will repeat itself there, Jay Loadman. As we yet again have a wet session. As Skillian has the soft tyre fitted. Okay, he's switched back to Winters. Not too many people have actually gone out. Although they are staggering. And the three new additions in Div 1, Little John, Maka and Mace Camdu, have all made it into Q3, knocking out the likes of Jay Loadman. That's starting on a high note. As we're getting more people out on the track now. Who's everybody saying for pole? Put your calls in now. If anybody's got a call, I think for me it'll be Reese. He's been quick on the dry tyres and on the wet tyres, and I don't see anybody else doing it but Reese. As Billy gets onto the curb through the chicane a little bit there. As DRS has been enabled, it's time for the soft tyres. That's why nobody went out. It's time for them softs. I'm guessing Jar Jar's coming straight in for some softs. Of course he is. And I'm guessing so will Hosty, who has actually unfortunately invalidated his first lap. And who's going to be the first person out? I believe it's Twisted. It is. It is Toro Rosso. Seeing as it's now dry, who is everybody saying for pole? Because I'm still saying Reese. As Twisted has invalidated. We'll move on to Mace. As Reese has actually set the medium tyre. If he goes on the mediums, I'm not too sure whether he will actually get pole. Unless he comes back out onto softs, of course. And Reese has come out on the mediums. We'll ride back along with Twisted, who only had his outlap invalidated, not his first flyer. Anybody putting a call in for who being on pole? I haven't seen any comments yet. Although I can imagine that Wyborn, Little John and Hosty are all waiting towards the end of Q3, where the track will be at its fastest to do their laps. As Twisted opens DRS and sets a 111.4. I believe the next one is Mace Camdu, who's invalidated, unfortunately. I think it's then Jar Jar. Raptor? It is Raptor. Follow along with Raptor. I'm surprised that lap wasn't invalidated, actually. As Raptor sets a 110 dead. And who's next? Is that Skillion? It is. What will he set? It's a 110.4. That's a racing point. And it is Reese. And it's 109.2. He goes quickest on the mediums. The softer compound of tyre. If that doesn't state that he's fast, I don't think anything will. As Maka goes P4 with a 111 dead. Jar Jar just... I think that was Jar Jar who beats it with a 110.4. As that's Mace Camdu coming into the pits. Wyborn's out on track. Has apparently set the fastest sector 1. Quite nicely around the chicane now that they're getting some grip in there. Opens DRS. Will he go into a hot lap or stick to overtake? He stuck to overtake. So he fares through the World Champions. Nice and planted there. Opens DRS again and he will cross the line with a 110.3. That puts him P3. As Hosty and Little John are both still in the pits. Interesting. As Mace has come back out. As Little John and Hosty have finally set the soft compound. The only time Hosty will use set of soft tyres all race weekend. Other than in Q1, of course. Last time he'll use the softs. Loving that camera angle though, Cody. As Little John has finally come out, Raptor's come back out. Reese has set the soft compound, so I wonder whether he will come back out. As May starts his flying lap. Hosty will surely be out soon. As Mace apparently sets the fastest sector 1. And the fastest sector 2. Is this Mace going on pole? Well, provisional pole anyway. And Reese is on his outlap. And so is Hosty. Nice and planted through the World Champions there by Mace Camdu. And he will cross the line in P2, but apparently setting the fastest sectors all around. Or just Cody having a bug there. As Wyborn and Maka have come out of the pits at the same time. However, I think they've left it too late to set a lap. As we'll ride along with Little John as he is about to set his first lap in Q3. Thankfully he hasn't invalidated. I think Hosty will just be able to put a lap in. But Maka and Wyborn won't be able to go faster. As Little John sets a 110.5. I think Hosty will just be able to. Because yeah, he's just coming up the pit straight now with cross the line with 13 seconds remaining. Yeah. But Wyborn and Maka won't be able to go faster, as Billy goes fastest with a 109 dead. And Reese has lost it. Reese will not be on pole. As Mace retires. Reese having some issues. Yeah. Reese has been disqualified. Reese has been disqualified. He will start from P10. That is such a shame for Reese. And Hostie's invalidated his lap. And Skillian goes provisional pole. Twisted's invalidated. Wyborn made it through. Only just, probably. Can Wyborn spoil the party here and go pole? Don't think he will. That has been a very interesting qualifying. Want to remind drivers that they're not to ready up. We'll be having a 5-minute break. Thank you, Hostie, for reiterating do not ready up. You mean like forever? But yeah, somebody who I didn't even think would be on pole is on pole. And it's Skillian. So, Reese, who was disqualified from the session, starts in P10. Hostie, who unfortunately invalidated on the one lap that he tried to do on the softs, starts P9. Twisted in P8. Maka in P7. Little John in P6. Wyborn in P5. Raptor in P4. Mace Camden in P3. Jar Jar Bills in P2. And Skillian, our shock pole sitter. So remember, guys, not to ready up. Have a 5-minute break. We'll be starting at past. Go and get a drink. Go to the toilet. It's going to be a long race. Reese won't be last. He'll be starting in P10. He was disqualified from the session, not the whole of qualifying. Perry says he's going to ready up for banter. I hope he doesn't. As the chat says, they don't rate Reese anymore. Well, watch out, because he'll still probably win the race. It was a shame that he got disqualified. I don't think that was very fair, personally, but he moved out the way for people getting past, but so what's everybody's prediction for amount of safety cars and race winner? As Perry says, Reese can't handle it under pressure. Perry, you can't handle it unless it's in a wall, mate. Don't feel comfortable unless your car's in the wall. Perry for the win. If your take on winning is to be the first person to bin it in the Wall of Champions, then I agree, mate. Yeah, I know what racing is, Perry. As Daniel says, one full course safety car, two VSCs with either Wyborn or Skillion for the win. As Primal Pro Sniper says, J Loadman to win. Three full course safety cars and two VSCs. As Perry says, just wait till your league race. To be fair, I'm not too bad around here. I do like Canada, and I do deal quite well with the Wall of Champions. I hopefully will be alright. Me, myself, I'm going to say two full course safety cars, three VSCs, and Reese still for the win. I expect to see Reese in the combox after the race. Me personally, I'm saying top three will be Reese, Skillion, and Billy. That's my call for top three in that order. I think J Loadman just out in P4. Because his qualifying didn't really scream too much to me. Especially when it's wet. Then again, Hosty is very good in the wet, so that could... As Pro says, I won't hit the wall of champions because I'm never going to be a champion. Well, you can't either then, mate. You'll just bin it elsewhere. 1 minute left until we get ready to go. Hopefully everybody is ready for what I suspect will be a very good and very interesting Grand Prix. Especially when it's going to be monsoon weather towards the end. Seeing whether everybody's back. Re-saying yeah. Alright, Reese, ready up for me, please, mate. There we go. Going to be a lot of pens. Yeah, I do reckon there'll be a lot of penalties. Just try and keep it clean. Place that will catch you up most is Wall of Champions. If you can try and be a little bit more conservative through there and try not to go flat, might be okay. As we are lined up on the grid for the formation lap, and Skillion gets it underway. I'll get everything sorted. As Vendetta, Dan Watson, Perry, Raptor, Mason Billy all start on the soft compound of tyre. I'm not too sure about that. I'd have started on the mediums and try and gone till the wet period. I mean, one person has started on the hards, which is Funky Monkey. Unless they expect a early safety car. Which I can see here, actually. Early safety car, pit in, have your free swap of compound. But I do really think this is going to be an interesting race, as they're going through the Wall of Champions now to line up on the grid. As Reese and Jay Lodeman will be starting side by side, both on the medium compound, and we're lining up. And this will be the start of the PRF1 Canadian Grand Prix. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's lights out, and we should be underway. There we go, and Skillian gets it off the line as Billy gets a blistering start. Will he go around the outside? No, he pulls out. Skillian chops him off a little bit. As Reese and Hosty are jockeying for position. I think Reese might have him though. He does. And Lodeman's going past him too. There's yellows in sector 1. Who's that? That's Dan Watson, I believe. And there's our first VSC. As Reese now has a car between himself and Jay Lodeman. What happened to Reese? Reese got disqualified in Q3, mate. For being parked in a dangerous location. And I believe that's going to have to be Dan pitting, because I think he might have damage. It's no longer a think, it's I know. He has no front wing. See what the position changes are, and we're back underway. So Raptor's moved up a place on Mace Camdu, Twisted's moved up a place, Reese has moved up 2, Vendetta's moved up 5, Mike's moved up 5. As Dan and Funky have both pitted. Both going on to the mediums. They're both going to want a safety car here. As Legion gets past Maka. It's been a bad start for Maka. As Raptor goes past Billy. 2 Williams are having a good fight here. Nice exit there from Billy. He's going to have a good run here. As Raptor sets the fastest lap. But I don't think Billy's too far behind him. Jay Ledman sets the fastest lap on his mediums. And Jay Ledman's also got past Hosty. And Reese has got past Twisted. Legion gets past Vendetta on the harder compounded tyre. Billy's dropping off on Raptor a bit here now. Follow along with Jay Lodeman on Twisted, as DRS has actually been activated, which I completely forgot about. That's a lovely camera angle. Thanks, Cody. That's better. Jay Lodeman's going to get twisted just before the hairpin. Very nice round there. And now he's right behind Reese. But Reese is just behind his teammate of Little John. Hosty gets past Twisted now. Twisted's moving down a bit. As Raptor sets the fastest lap again. Along with Reese as he catches Little John. And Raptor's got the lead. I completely missed that. Skillian come back at him, and Maka gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And Billy's right on the back of Skillian now. As Fuse gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Follow along with our race leader Raptor. And the Haas of Skillian is chasing him down. Right along board with him, see what he can do. However, no. We'll stick with Skillian, see if he can get past Raptor for the lead again. Did a practice round here earlier. It was around lap 5, lap 6. The softs actually started to deg really quickly. Skillian gets a good run down here and a good exit out of the hairpin. And with DRS, he might get him just before the Wall of Champions. As Carlos Wolf gets past his Vendetta. Skillian got a good run down here. Will he get past Raptor? I think he's going to do it before the Wall of Champions. I think them softs do have grip. As Billy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I think he's going to quite get him. As Perry gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He'll be coming onto the medium compounded tyre. I can only presume. Yep. Vendetta gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. As Reese is right up the gearbox of Little John. And he's pulled away from Jay Lodeman. It's now over a second. Loving that camera angle. There's a nice little train forming behind Mace Camdu here. Which means they will all get DRS, including Lodeman, I believe. Mace Camdu's holding them all up. I think his softs are dying. Doesn't pit. As Hosey gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. As Y1 gets past Mace. Little John's going around the outside. Doesn't make it stick. Along with Little John here. As the two racing points are jostling for position. Not quite. Jay Lodeman's right on the back of Reese. And Hosty's right on the back of Jay Lodeman. As Reese opens DRS, I think this could be Jay Lodeman going past him here. maybe not. Not quite. And Wyborn's pulled away from Mace Camdu. That's the reason for this train. They need to get past Mace Camdu quite quickly. Nice to see you in the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying. Mace is pitted, which means all of them behind him have finally been dispatched. Hopefully, that gets us back onto racing properly, and people can start putting their foot down. Because Wyborn's already pulled a second on Little John. Reese needs to get past his teammate. Yes, Paige, it will make things interesting, because towards the end of the race, it says that it's going to be full-on monsoon weather. So, full wets. I think Reese is going to get past Little John here. He does. Gets him into Wall of Champions. And the likes of Raptor and Billy, their soft tyres have pretty much just died. They're losing time to the cars behind. Skillion's getting a gap to the cars behind. It's not good for them. I think they need to pit onto the mediums. As Perry gets another 3-second penalty. Following with Wyborn, as I think he's about to make a move on Billy. Hope Raptor and Billy are in a party together so they can talk strategy, considering they're both in P2-3 currently. As Billy's dove into the pits, but has got a 5-second penalty and for speeding. Will Billy go on to another set of softs until the rain and gamble, or will he go on to the mediums? He has gone on to another set of softs. I'm surprised Mace Camdu didn't do the same. Which will mean Raptor will be pitting this lap. I think Mike's just got past Host. Funky Monkey's got his first penalty of the day, I believe. Wonder how many he'll accumulate today. That should be something we should all bet on. How many penalties will Funky Monkey finish the race with? As Reese has made the move on Wyborn. As Raptor pits, that puts Reese into P2. But the two Mercedes, Wyborn and Jay Lodeman, are behind him. And Reese's teammate Little John is actually keeping up with the pack. As Raptor's also pitted onto a new set of softs. As Fuse gets another 3-second time penalty. Billy gets another 3-second time penalty. Yellow's in sector 1 apparently. Is that Funky Monkey? As Legion Standard gets past Fuse. They are jostling for position though. As the rain has started. Wyborn and Reese have both pit. Are they going to Inters already? As Legion just smacked into the back of somebody. I think it's too early for Inters. I don't think it's wet enough yet. Is this the right call? I really don't know if it's too early, but Wyborn's jumped Reese in the pits. Yellow's in sector 2. Who's that? That's Jay Loadman. Jay Loadman's round. And Reese and Wyborn have both just got past Jay Loadman. And Jay Loadman still needs to pit. This has not been a good weekend for him. Yeah, Legion did dive into the pits there. Not sure about that in all honesty, Daniel. I think Jay Loadman might have just ruined his race. He's driving the wrong way. He's been disqualified. Jay Loadman has been disqualified. That is such a shame. Reese gets disqualified in qualifying. Jay Loadman gets disqualified in the race. A lot of penalties coming in now. I really don't know what to say there. I really don't know what to say there. Commiserations to Jay Loadman. As Reese moves for the lead, Wyborn isn't letting him have it easy though. Reese is very close to Wyborn here and has a very good run. Will Reese get ahead? He does. Will Wyborn give him the space to take it? He doesn't, and he taps Reese. Reese is still going at him though. Reese and Wyborn going wheel to wheel. And Wyborn's lost it. VSC. This has gone from bad to worse for the Mercedes this weekend. Truly awful weekend for Mercedes. Has Wyborn got damage? Yeah, he has no front wing. He's going to have to pit. Webborn's pitted again for a new fresh set of inters, and yeah. Little John gets a 3-second penalty. And Reese can literally just put his foot down now and should control the rest of this race. And it looks like our closest battle is between Hosty and Ego Sparks. I haven't seen much of Hosty today, so although there's a train forming beyond Little John. Didn't even realise, but Carlos Wolf has made it all the way up to P3. What's... He's moved up 15 places. As Ego Sparks goes for a look on Little John. Tries to make a switchback move, doesn't pay off. Will he get it into turn 1? Right on board. Locks up. Will he get it? No, not quite. Not enough grip. Hosty gets boxed in by the Ferrari and the Williams. As Funky Monkey is strapped on a set of wets. I think that might be too early. And the Hosty spun! Hosty spun it, and Fuse has just crashed into the back of him. He's lost his front left end plate, Fuse has. As there's a few penalties there. As Raptor goes wide and lets Hosty through, but this has been an insane first half of the race. Little John gets another penalty. Legion Standard gets a penalty. The rain's starting to come down heavier, it looks like. Then Watson gets a 3-second penalty. As Dan's just lost his front wing. It's been a bad weekend for Dan Watson here. As Funky pits again, probably to get off them wets and go back onto winters. Which he does. Some drivers have had as Dan's retired. That's another VSC. Run along with Reese to see where he's done that. Hopefully his car doesn't go beforehand. I think his car's just disappeared. And a few people are pitting for the wet compound. I think it's too early. I really think it's too early for wets. It's raining, but I'd say the Inters are still the faster tyre. As Perry gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Looks like we're back underway. Skillian's closed the gap on Reese, though. Twisted gets a 3-second penalty. So my Confuse have both pitted onto the wet, so I really think that's too early. Like a lap ago, Funky had them on and had to re-pit back onto Winters. Oh, nice battle between Hosty and Legion. Funky gets another 3-second penalty. Nice fight here between the Renault and the McLaren. As Perry pits for his drive-through, I'm guessing. And the Williams of Raptors getting in on this fight now. As Hosty's pulling away a little bit. Due to Legion defending on Raptor, I think Hosty's just pulling. It is an interesting race, Primal. It's a very interesting race. Some of the big guns like Jay Lodeman and Dan Watson are already out of this race, and Funky Monkey's all the way down at the back currently. Wyborn's down at the back, near the back. Jar Jar's 10th, who I thought could actually win this race. Raptor pretty much forces himself past Legion there. Reese, who started P10, is back where he belongs in first. I don't think he knows how to not be first. And Little John in P5, Carlos Wolf up in P3. It's not how I expected the results to look halfway through. Over halfway through now. But we haven't had a full safety car. It's all just been VSCs. And Fuse has already lost out to Mace, and it looks like Mike's going to lose out to Mace as well. They've made the wrong call by going on to them wets. They're going to be overheating because it's not wet enough. And by the time it is wet, it's not going to do them any favours. As Mace just easily gets past him. Fuse is losing a lot of places as well. Hosty gets another 3-second penalty. Fuse is all over the place on them wets. He's got hardly any grip. As Vendetta just goes straight past him. He does go wide though, Vendetta. He should just have him on the straight. Which he does. He just breezes past him. Even Perry might even have a look down this straight. Which he will. We're going... Oh, I thought we were going to go 3 wide there. Fuse and Vendetta both get 3-second penalties though. As Little John and Hosty are having a nice little scrap now. But Raptor's joining in too. It looks like Perry's actually got the move done on Fuse. Hosty and Little John are really going at it. There's Yellows in Sector 1 and another VSC. Is that the 4th VSC? But yet 0 safety car. 0 full course safety cars. That's very interesting. I don't know who's lost it. It just says Yellows in Sector 1. Oh Jesus, that's a big race director. There's a lot of penalties. No matter where anybody finishes, this is still going to be all up in the air, thanks to penalties. As Maka comes in for the wets. I still don't think it's fast enough for them wets. People who are pitting now for the wets are making the wrong call. As Legion's catching back up to Raptor. Has Raptor got damage? Or is he just struggling in this train? Dirty air around here can slow you down quite a lot, so... As Reese gets a penalty. As Fusers finally pit to go back onto the Inters. Well, that'll put him towards the back of the grid, if not the back of the grid. No, Funky just hasn't quite made it out. As Raptor gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Perry's got past Vendetta. Full course safety car. Is that for Perry? No, why is there a full course safety car? Mace is pitted. Wyborn's pitted. See, now do you pit and go onto the full wets? Will Reese make that strategy call and pit onto the full wets? No, it's not looking too wet on the racing line, but they are saying it's going to be full on, like, monsoon weather. Is Reese going to make the strategy call? He is. Will Skillian follow him in? Let's have a look. He has. Funky Monkey gets a drive-through for speeding into safety car. Reese is strapping on a set of wets. Okay. What will Skillian do? Will Skillian do the same? Everybody's pitting onto wets. See, I don't think the lap times are falling off on the Inters. I still think the Inter is the faster tyre. But due to safety car, which will be out for about 3 laps, by that time the rain could be coming down heavy enough that it will be time for the wets, and the wets will be the faster tyre. But the people that decided not to make that strategy call, like Raptor and Legion, and the likes of Ego Sparks and Carlos Wolf, who did pit but went on to another set of Inters, we'll see which is the best strategy call. It's literally just all about timing here now. Whether or not it will rain hard enough for them wets to come into effect. Because people on the wets currently will have to move off the racing line to where it's wetter to cool them hards down. Cool them wets down. And it seems to be a split on who's done what as well. Few people have pit onto the wets, few people have been on the Inters, as Fuse retires. And Carlos Wolf gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. What happened to Fuse? Can't even tell where he lost it. I really don't know. As Vendetta gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Penalties galore this race. Will the safety car be in this lap? Because if so, we will see which is the better strategy. The wets or the inters? I think it's out for one more lap just so Twisted can catch up. Why hasn't Funky overtaken the safety car? However, a couple of people on inters seem to be pitting for the wets. Little John's going to be ruin his chance for not pitting for the wets when he could have. That puts him towards the back of the grid, unfortunately. Little John was having a very good race. As Vendetta gets a 5-second penalty again. Surely the safety car's got to be in this lap. Surely. And there is the confirmation. As Reese slows up the pack slightly. Okay, it's most definitely wet out there now. Most definitely wet, I reckon. Perry says the inters still feel nice. I really don't know what the best strategy call would be. I'm really bad in the wets anyway, but I just don't know. There's yellows in Sector 1. Who's that for? That's for Vendetta. He's on the grass. He's back round and he seems to still be going. And Reese has just pulled from the pack already. Sector 2 yellows. That's Vendetta again, isn't it? It is. He's not having a good race here. Vendetta, unfortunately. That's Vendetta out and his wheel goes flying. Surely that's going to be another safety car. Will it? No. Okay. Wyborn's pit. Why? Another set of wets. Okay. This Funky Monkey's retired as well now. Yes, Daniel, his wheel did just fall off. I think he hit the wall and his wheel just went flying. I'm surprised there's not a safety car for that. But I think Funky Monkey's just rage quitting the pits. Maka gets past Billy. Ego Sparks gets past Raptor. I'm really confused about what the best strategy is here. Whether it is the wets or whether it is the inters. Because Raptor's on 16 lap old inters. I'm surprised he didn't pit. And is that Wyborn? Here's Wyborn spun it. I think Little John's got another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's such a shame. He was having such a good race as well. Has he strapped on another set of wets? I have no idea what just happened there, but, you know. Is that Wyborn back in? I'm so confused about what's going on in this lobby. Wyborn's race has pretty much been ruined. Mercedes have come in to this race with high hopes and they're going to leave with most likely 0 points. Which is such a shame. And Reese is going to pull on the championship. On Jay Lodeman for probably by another 25 points. Who's got the FL? Actually. It was Funky Monkey with the FL. Okay. As Legion gets past Carlos Wolf. And Raptor pits. And so does Maka. Will they both go on to new wets? And Perry pits. Will he go onto the wet tyre as well? Yes, he does. When will Ego Sparks pit? Because everybody else, other than Carlos Wolf, is now on. Everybody else but Ego Sparks and Carlos Wolf are now on the wets. And there's 5 laps to go. And Jar Jar's made up a lot of places actually. Last time I saw him he was P10 and he's now rocking in P4. Okay, he's risen up a bit. Hostie's chilling in P3. Skinny in P2 and Reese still controlling it in P1. Jay, what happened to Jay Lodeman? Well, what happened to Jay Lodeman is that he spun it. I think he caught the curb, spun it, was facing the wrong way, tried to let drivers pass so he didn't cause a collision, and he got disqualified. And Wyborn's just DNF'd as well. So that will confirm that Mercedes get 0 points in the Canadian Grand Prix. As Carlos Wolf finally pits, will that be to the full wets? I think if Ego Sparks doesn't come in, he's going to lose far too much time and might not even get any points. Because Legion Standard is catching him quite quickly. Very quickly. And he's pulling Mike in his toe as well. And Little John's going to close up as well. So it's either he pits the wets and loses the time, or he just stays out in the inters and loses the time. I don't know which one I'd rather do. As Mike's closing in on Legion, actually. See if he can make a move. Yeah, the drivers are doing really well done. I wouldn't be able to drive in this. I hate the rain. As Legion finally gets past Ego Sparks. No, that's Legion in the wall. Legion's hit the wall of champions. Is that going to be a safety car? Or is it too late? That's such a shame for Legion. He's the first person to bin it in the Wall of Champions today, I believe. And Mike That's some defending by Ego Sparks there. As Little John gets past, is he going to go for a move on Mike as well? No, not quite. He does get past Ego Sparks though. Is that... Oh no, he's alright. As I think Ego Sparks just hit Little John there. That's Ego Sparks in the wall. I think that's going to have to be looked at and clipped. Sorry, I'm not talking, guys. Messaging. Yeah. Little John probably shouldn't have done that, but it's one of them. Admins will take a look. Sorry about that, guys. Perry is catching Little John here. And he's got past him. Doesn't seem to be too many battles here now. Although I didn't even realise, but Hosty got past Skillian. But penalties will come into effect here. But I think Hosty's got a few penalties. I'm not sure if Skillian actually has any. Skillian could still get P2 here. Hosty does have P2 on track, but I'm not sure whether he has it entirely. As Carlos Wolf gets past Little John, has Little John got damage after that? Surely does. Yeah, he's missing half his front wing. But here's Reese, who started in P10 after getting disqualified in Q3, who crosses the line to finish in P1. And we'll see who actually makes it in P2, Hosty or Skillian. Hosty crosses the line in P2, but does Skillian take it? He does. And Billy, where will he get? We'll see. Not sure how many penalties Hosty had. He does finish P4. We'll see where other things go. Mace beats Billy. Twisted gets P6. Mike in P7. Raptor, unfortunately, in P8, who really did have a good start of the race. Macca in P9, Perry in P10. Carlos Wolf has just lost it. He does cross in P2. Carlos Wolf gets the point. And Little John in P12. We will invite top 3 into party, which was Reese, Hosty, and who was the other one? Oh. Sorry about that, guys. I hope you can still hear me. It kicked me out of my party for some random reason. Can't actually tell who was the other person on poll. Was it Skillian? Yeah, Skillian, Hosty, and Reese. We'll invite them into the party and see if we can talk to them. So, Hosty, Skillian, and Reese. Let's see if they can actually get in. I'm hoping. You alright, Reese? Can you all hear me, guys? Not sure if they can hear me or not. Can you all include your audio? Oh, okay, Xbox chat is messed up apparently. I didn't realise. Well, I just want to say that nice drive from Reese, really controlled. Skillian did have a very good race as well. Started on pole. It's going to take a lot to beat Reese. And Hosty had a good drive. He's always very good in the wet, very consistent. And look forward to France next week. Well, you can try and look forward to France next week. We've got a full week of it. On Wednesday, we've got it in the Performance League. And then, obviously, all week next weekend. I want to say thank you for turning out. Hope you enjoyed. And, oh, Skillian has just joined. Can't hear anything, though, so I might just call it there. Fortunately, won't have any comment post-race interviews today because Xbox Party Chat just likes to be an idiot. And roll on France for next week, and we'll see you there. We'll see Reese tomorrow, streaming Div 2. And we'll see you soon. Bye.